Have you ever met someone who exudes confidence and charisma, but is actually full of conflicting emotions on the inside? They may be attention-seeking, starstruck, but at the same time they are insecure and strangely sensitive to criticism. That is the hallmark of a narcissist. Behind that glamorous exterior lies a complex inner world where pride and vulnerability coexist. By taking a Stoic approach, we not only gain a better understanding of their nature, but also learn how to maintain peace within ourselves when dealing with this type of person. Stoicism helps us to be sober and not be swept away by the narcissist's flowery words or superficial charm, but instead be steadfast and insightful. Let's take a deeper look at how narcissists really operate and discover how Stoic philosophy can help you stay grounded and unmoved by their emotional waves. Number 1. Embracing human nature. Understanding human nature is often fraught with challenges, but it should not lead us to despair. Instead, this honest recognition serves as a fertile ground for personal growth and resilience. The philosophy of Stoicism offers us a powerful lens through which to view our experiences, transforming stress, insecurity, and criticism into invaluable lessons that enrich our wisdom. Each day presents a new opportunity to approach life with patience, empathy, and understanding. Embracing the diversity of human values and motivations should not be seen as an obstacle. Rather, it is the foundation upon which we can build mutual growth and unity. By acknowledging that each person's perspective is shaped by their unique experiences, we can foster a more inclusive and harmonious community. Empathy is not merely a passive feeling, it is an active force that can bridge divides and nurture understanding. When we engage with others through a compassionate lens, we open ourselves to deeper connections. This understanding encourages us to look beyond our immediate judgments and consider the intricate tapestry of human experience that informs each individual's actions and beliefs. The Stoic practice invites us to welcome all experiences as teachers. In moments of stress, rather than reacting with frustration, we can pause and reflect on what these situations reveal about ourselves and our world. Insecurity can be transformed into an opportunity for self-examination, prompting us to confront our fears and insecurities with courage. Criticism, often perceived as a threat, can be reframed as a valuable feedback mechanism that guides our growth. To cultivate this mindset, we must practice patience, not only with ourselves but also with others. Each of us is on a unique journey, navigating our own set of challenges. By exercising patience, we allow ourselves the space to grow and learn, fostering an environment where others can do the same. This creates a cycle of support that elevates our collective resilience. Moreover, understanding that our differences can be strengths rather than weaknesses is crucial. In a world that often emphasizes division, embracing diversity becomes an act of courage. When we recognize that varying perspectives enrich our understanding of life, we can create a community that celebrates rather than fears differences. This approach leads to mutual respect and a shared commitment to growth. In practice, let us engage in conversations that promote understanding and compassion. When we listen actively and respond with empathy, we model the behaviors that foster a harmonious society. By creating safe spaces for dialogue, we invite others to share their experiences, deepening our collective understanding. As we navigate the complexities of human nature, let us remember that we are all part of a larger story. Our individual journeys intersect in ways that can either promote division or encourage unity. By choosing to embrace empathy and understanding, we become agents of change within our communities. In conclusion, an honest understanding of human nature does not lead to pessimism, but rather opens doors to profound personal development. By adopting a Stoic perspective, we can view every experience as a lesson, cultivating resilience and fostering a compassionate community. Together, let us strive to approach each day with patience and understanding, recognizing the power of empathy in creating a harmonious world. If you resonate with this message, consider sharing it, and let's continue this journey of growth and understanding together. Number 2. The power of emotional mastery. One of Stoicism's most empowering lessons is the ability to control our emotional responses, no matter what happens around us. While we can't control external events, we always have the power to choose how we respond. This is the essence of Stoic thought. We are not victims of our emotions, we are the architects of them. The Stoic principle that no one can disturb your peace without your consent is liberating. It means that while external events may trigger emotions, we always have the choice to maintain calm and reasoned responses. By practicing Stoicism, we can detach from impulsive reactions and respond thoughtfully, rather than letting emotions control us. This principle is especially valuable when dealing with emotionally manipulative behaviors, such as those often displayed by narcissists. They may provoke anger or frustration, but Stoicism teaches that we can choose to react with understanding and composure rather than being swept away by negative emotions. In this way, we retain control over our emotional state. Stoicism also teaches that emotional reactions are learned responses, not inherent to our nature. Through mindfulness and detachment, we can train ourselves to observe our emotions without immediately reacting. This allows us to take a step back and respond in a way that reflects our values rather than being overwhelmed by emotion. By applying these principles, we can build emotional resilience, which acts like mental armor against external provocation. We are empowered to protect our inner peace and not let anyone else disturb it. The more we practice this, the easier it becomes to stay grounded and maintain our integrity, no matter the situation. In essence, Stoicism teaches that true peace comes from mastering our emotional responses, not from controlling the external world. When we take responsibility for how we react, we regain our emotional autonomy. This resilience allows us to navigate life with greater clarity, strength, and inner peace. Number 3. The Stoic's shield. Navigating narcissism with wisdom. In a world increasingly influenced by narcissistic behavior, emotional manipulation is common in relationships. Stoicism, with its focus on emotional resilience, self-awareness, and virtue, offers a powerful defense. By embracing Stoicism, we can learn to detach from emotional manipulation, maintaining our inner peace and integrity. At the heart of Stoicism is emotional resilience. Instead of reacting impulsively to a narcissist's provocations, anger, guilt, or shame, the Stoic remains detached. This isn't about indifference, but about observing the narcissist's behavior without letting it control our emotions. Focusing on our thoughts and actions helps us stay calm and clear-headed. Stoicism teaches acting from reason, not emotion. Narcissists provoke emotional responses to manipulate others. In these moments, the Stoic pauses, creating space to assess the situation. This pause us to respond with virtue, not out of emotional provocation. By acting rationally, we prevent the narcissist from controlling our behavior. Rather than engaging in the narcissist's emotional drama, the Stoic becomes an observer. Narcissists thrive on chaos and emotional reactions, but by staying detached, the Stoic remains unaffected. This allows the individual to preserve their sense of self and avoid getting drawn into the narcissist's manipulative tactics. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of virtue and integrity. Narcissists often act out of selfishness, deceit, and manipulation. In contrast, the Stoic remains guided by wisdom, courage, and moral integrity. By responding to others from a place of virtue, the Stoic preserves authenticity and avoids being influenced by the narcissist's behavior. The benefits of Stoicism in dealing with narcissism are clear. It promotes emotional detachment, helping individuals observe the narcissist's actions without getting entangled emotionally. It encourages rational responses, empowering individuals to act thoughtfully. It reinforces virtue, ensuring that the narcissist's behavior doesn't alter one's moral compass. Ultimately, it preserves inner peace and emotional balance. In conclusion, Stoicism offers a powerful framework for dealing with narcissistic behavior. By practicing emotional resilience, rationality, and virtuous action, the Stoic protects themselves from manipulation while maintaining integrity and peace. This shield of Stoic detachment allows individuals to navigate narcissistic relationships without losing their sense of self. Number 4. Rising above betrayal. Betrayal can shake us to our core, often leading us to feel like victims. But Stoicism offers a powerful shift in perspective, one that moves us from victimhood to personal growth. By embracing this mindset, we can reclaim control over our emotions and use the experience for self-discovery. The Stoic response to betrayal starts with the recognition that the act itself is beyond our control. While we cannot control others' actions, we can control how we respond. Marcus Aurelius often spoke about distinguishing between what is in our power and what is not. Betrayal is an external event, but our emotional response is something we can govern. This realization empowers us to shift from emotional reactivity to emotional resilience. Instead of allowing ourselves to be consumed by pain, anger, or sadness, Stoicism teaches us to observe these emotions without letting them dictate our actions. It's natural to feel hurt, but by acknowledging these feelings, we can learn from them rather than letting them define us. This shift allows us to grow stronger emotionally and to move forward. One of Stoicism's core teachings is the idea of reclaiming control. We can't undo the betrayal, but we have full control over how we react. By staying true to our values and maintaining our integrity, we prevent the betrayal from defining our worth or happiness. This approach helps us maintain emotional autonomy and regain our power in the face of harm. Shifting from victimization to personal power means that betrayal, while painful, doesn't have to shape who we are. Instead of letting it affect our self-perception, we can reflect on it as an opportunity to understand human nature better and set clearer boundaries. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control: our actions, growth, and response, rather than the unpredictable behavior of others. Betrayal reveals more about the betrayer than it does about us. The actions of the betrayer reflect their flaws and internal struggles, not our inadequacies. By recognizing this, we disempower their influence, regaining control over our emotional well-being and sense of self-worth. Stoicism provides practical wisdom for navigating emotional pain. Rather than dwelling on betrayal, we can focus on the lessons it offers. What can we learn about ourselves and others? How can we grow stronger and wiser from the experience? By reframing betrayal as a lesson, we free ourselves from its grip and move forward with greater clarity and resilience. Number 5. The power of detachment. In the face of deception or manipulation, it's all too easy to react impulsively. Anger rises, frustration builds, and hurt can cloud our judgment, often leading us down a path of regret and conflict. Yet Stoicism offers a powerful tool for navigating such moments: detachment. Rather than allowing ourselves to be swept up in emotional reactions, we are invited to pause, observe, and approach the situation with clarity and self-control. By detaching ourselves from the immediate urge to react, we open the door to thoughtful response, preserving both our inner peace and integrity. The Stoic practice of detachment is not about suppressing emotions or ignoring the reality of the situation. It's about choosing to step back from the moment and avoid being consumed by the chaos around us. When we create that space between stimulus and response, we gain the ability to evaluate our options more clearly. In doing so, we avoid being manipulated by others or swayed by fleeting emotions that can cloud our judgment. This objective clarity empowers us to make decisions grounded in reason rather than reaction. Central to this practice is the idea that our emotional responses are within our control. While we cannot dictate the actions of others, we always have the power to choose how we respond. This realization is liberating, as it reminds us that we are not slaves to external circumstances. We are free to act in alignment with our core values, irrespective of how others behave. In moments of deception or betrayal, instead of reacting impulsively, we can maintain composure and choose a response that reflects our true character. By practicing detachment, we also safeguard our self-respect and personal integrity. When we allow ourselves to be carried away by anger or frustration, we risk compromising our dignity and engaging in unnecessary conflict. Stoicism teaches us to respond in ways that preserve our authenticity, staying true to who we are, even when faced with dishonesty or manipulation. This approach ensures that we don't lose sight of our values regardless of how others behave or what they may do to provoke us. Detachment, then, is not a form of passivity but a powerful act of empowerment. It allows us to maintain control over our responses, keeping us anchored in our values and preserving our inner peace. In a world that often thrives on emotional turmoil and conflict, Stoicism offers a path to strength through clarity, calmness, and integrity. And number 6. The illusion of control. Narcissism, at its core, is a delicate balancing act, one in which the individual wears various masks to navigate the world. Like a performer shifting between roles, the narcissist alters their persona depending on their audience and environment. These transformations, far from being an authentic expression of self, are often a survival tactic designed to secure admiration, validation, and control. Beneath these ever-changing facades is an inner emptiness, an unresolved void that the narcissist struggles to confront. Their identity is fluid, malleable, and ultimately fragile, like a house built on shifting sand. And Stoicism offers us a powerful lens through which to understand such behavior. It teaches us to recognize that the narcissist's fluctuating persona is not a reflection of reality or their true worth. Instead, these actions are mere performances designed to mask the inner chaos that the narcissist seeks to avoid. In this way, their identity becomes a defense mechanism, a way to shield themselves from the painful truth of their own vulnerability and self-doubt. The Stoic approach to dealing with such individuals emphasizes emotional detachment, not as indifference but as objective clarity. The narcissist's behavior is not a direct reflection of their target's worth or reality, but rather a projection of their own internal turmoil. By acknowledging this, we free ourselves from the trap of personalization, understanding that their actions are not a judgment of us, but a reflection of their own struggles. This understanding liberates us from the emotional weight that narcissists so often place on their victims. When we adopt a Stoic perspective, we no longer need to internalize their manipulations or shifting identities. We can see them for what they truly are, a cry for validation from someone who cannot truly validate themselves. By reframing their behavior, we prevent it from eroding our self-worth or emotional stability. The narcissist's actions are not an indictment of us. They are the product of their own inner conflict. By recognizing that the narcissist's identity is not fixed but fluid, we can detach ourselves from their power. Their ever-changing personas no longer confuse or unsettle us. Instead of allowing their behavior to destabilize our sense of self, we can maintain our emotional resilience. The Stoic principle of focusing on what is within our control, the way we respond to others, and the way we govern our own actions becomes our anchor. In doing so, we free ourselves from the manipulative tactics of the narcissist and the insecurity they seek to instill. This empowerment through understanding is the heart of the Stoic mindset. We realize that the narcissist's behavior is not about us, it is about their own internal conflict. When we internalize this truth, we break free from the emotional rollercoaster that narcissists often put us on. Their unpredictable behavior no longer dictates our emotional state. Instead, we remain grounded in our sense of self, unwavering in our commitment to what we can control. The power of detachment is not in withdrawing from the world or becoming numb to others. It is in seeing the world, including the narcissist, for what it truly is. The series of actions driven by internal conflicts and insecurities. When we approach such situations with Stoic clarity, we are no longer caught in the web of manipulation or emotional turmoil. Instead, we maintain our integrity, our self-worth, and our inner peace. Number 7. The Stoic's anchor. In a world full of external turbulence, the Stoic philosophy offers a powerful tool to remain steady: the practice of Stoic anchoring. This concept involves developing an inner core of deeply rooted values that act as a stabilizing force, much like a safe harbor in a storm. When we are anchored in our core beliefs, we are less likely to be swayed by external chaos, such as a narcissist's manipulative behavior. At the heart of Stoic anchoring is emotional resilience. By focusing on virtue, reason, and self-awareness, we build an internal strength that allows us to stay unshaken regardless of external circumstances. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what is within our control: our actions, thoughts, and responses, while letting go of what is not, such as the behavior of others. This helps us preserve peace of mind and avoid being dragged into emotional turmoil. Stoic anchoring also involves living by core values like wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline. These values serve as our internal compass, helping us remain focused even in the face of manipulation or provocation. When a narcissist tries to destabilize us, we stay grounded in our values, not reacting impulsively but acting in alignment with our highest principles. A key aspect of Stoicism is the ability to choose how we respond. Instead of reacting emotionally to a narcissist's provocations, we respond rationally. By pausing to assess the situation calmly, we act in a way that preserves our integrity. Emotional control is central to this, as Stoicism teaches that external events cannot dictate our emotional state unless we allow them to. The ultimate goal of Stoic anchoring is inner peace, a state of calm unaffected by external chaos. This peace is nurtured through mindfulness and focusing on what we can control. By practicing Stoic detachment, we learn to navigate challenges without becoming emotionally entangled, maintaining equanimity even in difficult situations. Practically, Stoic anchoring begins with observing our reactions to minor provocations. Each time we pause before reacting emotionally, we build emotional resilience, making us stronger in the face of greater challenges, such as dealing with manipulative behavior. Over time, these small acts of control strengthen our emotional core, ensuring we remain centered and focused. Number 8. The strength within building emotional resilience. In the fast-paced world we live in, emotional resilience is a vital skill for navigating life's challenges. Stoicism, with its emphasis on steady, incremental progress, offers a path toward becoming emotionally grounded. Rather than expecting dramatic, immediate changes, Stoicism teaches us to focus on small, manageable practices that, when compounded over time, help fortify our emotional strength. Through consistency, we build a foundation that allows us to remain composed, even in the most stressful situations. One of the core Stoic principles is the practice of observation without immediate reaction. In the heat of the moment, it's easy to be swept away by our emotions, reacting impulsively to triggers or provocations. But the Stoics urge us to pause and observe our emotions before responding. This brief pause allows us to process what we are feeling without letting those feelings dictate our actions. By choosing a reasoned and balanced response, we avoid acting on impulse, which often leads to regret or unnecessary conflict. This practice helps us maintain control over our emotions, ensuring we respond with intention rather than reflex. This idea of mindfulness is central to Stoic practice. Every day we are presented with opportunities to refine our emotional responses, whether in the face of frustration, disappointment, or irritation. By being aware of these emotions as they arise, we gain the ability to shape our reactions rather than be controlled by them. Taking a moment to reflect before acting aligns with the Stoic commitment to thoughtful, mindful action. This mindfulness is not just about what we do, but about understanding how we feel and why we feel it, allowing us to act in ways that are consistent with our values and goals. Stoicism's focus on small, everyday practices also prepares us for larger challenges. Life as a way of presenting more significant emotional trials, such as dealing with toxic individuals, difficult relationships, or moments of betrayal. But by building emotional resilience through smaller, manageable challenges, we become better equipped to face these bigger tests. We learn to remain composed and thoughtful, even in the face of manipulation or deceit. Instead of reacting impulsively to these larger challenges, we are able to approach them with clarity, focus, and emotional intelligence, ensuring that we don't fall victim to the chaos around us. Emotional resilience is not just about reacting to external events, it's also about staying true to our core values. In moments of stress or conflict, it can be easy to lose sight of who we are and what we stand for. But through consistent practice, we build an emotional foundation that allows us to remain grounded in our principles, no matter the circumstances. This foundation helps us avoid being swayed by others, especially those who may attempt to manipulate or control us. By staying in tune with our own responses and taking the time to reflect before acting, we ensure that our actions align with our values, preserving our dignity and inner peace. The beauty of Stoic practices is that they empower us to choose our responses to external events. We may not be able to control the behavior of others, but we can control how we react. This realization is immensely liberating. It means that no matter what life throws our way, we always have the power to decide how we respond. This sense of empowerment comes from knowing that we are in control of our own emotional state, and that we can choose to act from a place of wisdom and clarity, rather than being driven by our immediate impulses. Number 9. The art of protecting your peace. In a world where narcissistic behavior and manipulation are rampant, the Stoic approach offers a powerful framework for safeguarding our emotional well-being. Central to this philosophy is the importance of setting clear and healthy boundaries, a practice that is often overlooked but crucial for maintaining one's peace. Recognizing when to distance oneself from toxic interactions is not just an act of self-preservation, but an assertion of personal dignity. In the face of narcissistic behavior, the Stoic response is not to engage in conflict, but to step back, preserve your energy, and protect your emotional health. Setting boundaries is not about creating walls, but about consciously managing interactions with individuals who seek to undermine or drain us. Stoicism teaches that we cannot control the actions of others, but we can control how we respond to them. By asserting our boundaries, we prevent ourselves from being swept into their emotional turmoil, ensuring that we remain grounded and composed. This act of protection is a deliberate choice to preserve our inner peace and maintain our focus on what truly matters. While boundaries are essential, self-care plays a pivotal role in building emotional resilience. In the Stoic worldview, self-care is not limited to physical health, but extends to the nurturing of emotional and mental strength. It's about finding practices that replenish our energy, whether through reflection, mindfulness, or activities that bring us joy and tranquility. These practices sustain our inner balance and fortify us against external challenges. The Stoic path emphasizes the importance of self-care as a means of maintaining composure, so we can meet life's adversities with a steady heart. Though Stoicism encourages emotional independence, it does not suggest that we should face all challenges alone. Seeking support from others, whether through friends, mentors, or professionals, is also part of maintaining a healthy mind. Stoicism recognizes the value of connection, understanding that human beings are social creatures who thrive in supportive communities. When faced with difficult circumstances, seeking guidance or companionship can provide clarity and strength. The key, however, is to maintain your independence and not allow external support to dictate your sense of self or peace. At its core, Stoicism does not advocate for cold emotional detachment. Instead, it teaches us to develop an inner strength and peace that remains unshaken by external forces. This inner foundation protects us from being overwhelmed by negative emotions or manipulative behaviors. The Stoic approach is not one of indifference, but of emotional equilibrium, an ability to remain calm and rational regardless of how others behave. The application of Stoic principles in managing emotional well-being involves a balance between boundary setting, self-care, and seeking support. It encourages us to mindfully protect our peace, knowing when to assert our needs and when to step away from harmful situations. This does not mean avoiding conflict or responsibility, but rather approaching life with a sense of calm and purpose, no matter what external challenges arise. The goal is to create an internal foundation that remains unshaken by the turbulence around us. Life often puts us in difficult relationships, and dealing with a narcissist can be a challenge. They are controlling, demanding, and seem to put their ego above all else. But when you understand and apply Stoicism, you have powerful tools to not only protect your mind, but also overcome the negative effects of such people. Stoicism teaches us that it is not about changing others, but about controlling your own reactions. When you understand that you cannot change the way a narcissist thinks, you will begin to realize the power of remaining calm and balanced in any situation. Stoicism encourages you to stand your ground and not get caught up in the narcissist's game of control and manipulation. By separating your emotions from their actions, you will keep your sanity and avoid being controlled by their unpredictable behavior. Thanks to the Stoic philosophy, you learn to live by principles and not let external situations affect your mind. This not only brings peace, but also helps you develop inner strength, capable of facing any challenges in your relationship. If you want to discover more interesting aspects of Stoicism and how to apply this philosophy to your life, don't forget to follow and subscribe to our channel. Useful and unique knowledge awaits you in the next videos.